Rasslin Rage. This is Rasslin Rage. Cody Fleming is the man who leads the brigade. It's going down. This is Rasslin Rage. We'll do it now. This is Rasslin Rage. This is Rasslin Rage. Cody Fleming is the man who leads the brigade.
And now it's time for Rasslin Rage with your host, Cody Fleming.
Hello, everybody. Let's make sure. Oh, right, it is. Hey, it is Cody. You know me. I'm the man with the plan. That's right. 1/3 of the hosts of Rasslin Rage and MI-Dub. If you don't know what that is, well, then I don't know who the hell you are and what the hell you're doing here. But make sure if you are here, you subscribe because I need subscribers, and also thumbs up. Don't forget, Rasslin Rage and MI-Dub are collecting Toys for Tots this year. This is the first time we've ever done this, all right? We are also accepting cash donations, but we're not going to give them the cash. We're going to go out and we're going to actually buy things with the cash and then donate those things that we buy. Now, Toys for Tots, you immediately think toys, right? Well, that's what sucks, right? Because sometimes you have people of the ages of 13 to 17 years old that have to participate in these programs. And when I remember when I was 13 or 17 years old, I didn't want no Voltron toy. Well, maybe Voltron, but I definitely don't want like a rattle. Okay. So we're focusing on 13 to 17 year olds, video games, whatever, shaving kits, all that cool stuff for them to get for their Christmas presents. All right. So we've already got $200 in cash donations, 2 footballs two basketballs and a football, which is amazing. So awesome. Thank you to everybody that has donated. Now, joining me tonight is the YouTube sensation, which I'm gonna have to pick your brain here after this. I need to get some more subscribers. So Forever Young, what's happening, brother? How you doing?
What's happening? I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm here. I'm living. I've seen better days, but I'm still here. That's all that matters, right?
Right. That's all that matters.
Exactly. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but you are a House of Truth graduate, correct?
I am. Yep.
Okay.
House of Truth graduate. I think it was inside January.
Okay. And there was a pretty big class of you guys there that came out all together this time around, wasn't there? I mean, I think it's probably one of the bigger classes that they've had there.
Yeah, we started with 18 and we ended with 7. 7 of us graduated, and yeah, we've had a lot of us on so far.
Yeah, so 7 of you graduated out of 18. So, I relate, and I talked about this with who was it? I forget. It was Gutter and Bubba when they were on, and I relate my martial arts training kind of to wrestling, right? And it's not exactly the same. Not everything is the same, but there are certain things that are the same. When I started in martial arts training several years ago, I don't even want to talk about it. I was a white belt, right? And I worked my way all the way up to black belt, and it took me a few years to get there. And when we started, similar to you, there was 18 or so people. There was more than that. But when it was all said and done, and we went to go test for black belt, there was only 7 of us.
Yeah, well, that seems to be the trend, because I did the class twice. And my first class that I didn't finish, obviously, it was 17 people that started, and 5 graduated. I was one of the 12 that didn't.
Okay. Now, I've talked to several people about professional wrestling, obviously, especially here in Michigan, but I've also talked about training, in coming up, right, and going through school and then getting the stamp of approval to go out and compete. Obviously, it's not as easy as people think, because you hear the words out there. You hear people throw that word out there, fake, or they throw them things out there, and obviously there's something about pro wrestling that's a lot harder than what people think, because if you're starting a class out at 18 people and you ain't got what it takes and only 7 of you are graduating, that tells me that there's something. So it's give me a like, how hard really is it? Like, is it like, are you getting your ass kicked or what?
Well, yeah. well, me starting at the House of Truth. So I never was an athlete ever my whole life. So my first day inside training, I didn't even finish the day. I didn't get to the bumps part. Like, I was doing the rows and I was just like done. I was sweating so much. I sat out the first day in my first class, right? Because it was way too tough. And then sitting there watching everybody else do it, all 16 other people do it. In my head, I was thinking like, there's no way. There's no way that I can do this for 12 more weeks. Absolutely no way. Then some people talked to me that day, and I found out why I sat out. I couldn't finish it because I didn't eat before, and apparently like, you have to eat before you do that for 4 hours. So I felt like I was about to pass out, so I stopped. I got out the ring. But throughout the next 2 classes, like, it's always hard. Every single thing in there hurts. Every single thing. Right. I hated training, to be honest. I hated it.
Well, at least you're honest. I mean, you know. Well,
I always.
I always go back to, and I don't know how old you are, and I'm not going to ask you to put that in, but I'm a fuddy-duddy, all right? I'm old. And I go back to, there was a show years ago that The Miz was on, and where they competed to get a WWF contract, now WWE. And I go back to watching a lot of that, and that sparked the wrestling industry again for a short while. And, you know, a lot of people started coming up in the indies and going to these schools. What actually motivated you to seek out training? I mean, you said you did twice. You started a class, didn't finish, and then you did the second time around and you finished. But what was the motivation behind you seeking out House of Truth and eventually leading to you becoming a professional wrestler?
Well, what made me go to the school inside of what would have been last summer was because COVID, because there was nothing. There was nothing really else to do. So I was like, I'll just do it. I'll just join the wrestling school. But I always wanted to be a wrestler. And people told me, because I watch wrestling, no one else in my family watches it. Not a lot of my friends watch it. So I was always watching wrestling. I went to shows by myself, like alone. I went to shows and I was just always watching it. And people used to say, well, you watch it so much, you like it so much, you should just do it. That's what really made me do it. And how I figured out about the House of Truth is, I told the story before. I went to a Ring of Honor show, my first ever Ring of Honor show. I had just got into Ring of Honor, and there was a show. I remember at the bottom of the screen, it was a show for that Friday. I went to the show, and long story short, I saw Truth Martini with Matt Taven doing this thing, and I really liked him a lot. I had no clue he was from Michigan and he had a school, but I went to intermission, came back. I think on intermission, I looked up Truth Martini because I just liked the character. I liked who he was. And I saw that he was from Michigan, and I thought that was, like, ironic. Intermission ended, and I went to my seat, and there was a flyer for his wrestling school. But that was way before I started training. I knew of the school. That's how I figured out.
So you knew about it, and then you said, well, this is where I'm going to go.
Yeah.
You know, was it you seeing Truth at Ring of Honor that was like, okay, I'm going to go to that school? Or did you seek out other schools before?
Well, no, I liked Truth Martini already from, like, that show. Mm-hmm. And I just knew that I was going to go to that. The flyer had, like, all these names, like, it had pictures of people that I recognized on it.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, from Motor City Machine Guns and all that. So I knew I was going to go there. I didn't really seek out another school. I think somebody there who I met one of the security guards who became one of my close friends in wrestling to this day. He went to a different school.
Okay.
It's so funny because now that I'm in wrestling, I know what school it was. It was, well, he went there, and he told me I should go there because it was more cheaper than House of Truth, but I didn't, obviously. Right. I really like Truth Martini, so that's why I went there.
Cheap's not always necessarily the best thing. It might be cheaper. It doesn't mean it's the best, right? And I don't want to throw any shade at anybody like that, you know what I mean? Because, you know how fickle people can be in the wrestling industry. next thing you know, I got 15 texts and I'm banned from every show in Michigan. But it could happen. You just never know. It could happen. Now, I know that this weekend specifically that you are Saturday the 27th, you are booked for F5 and you are taking on Top Gun. Am I right?
For the millionth time.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you two have had a few matches, huh?
Yeah, we've had.
Have you guys kept count?
Oh, well, I have. Well, together, like not in battle. Well, I write down all my matches.
Okay.
And I think I posted is number 12. Us two against each other is like number 12, I think.
Okay. Well, there must be something there if it keeps happening. Now you're also, so this is, I don't know if you've actually listened to this, but Dan calls you guys Booyah, right? And it's you and Kyler Coleman. So he calls Kyler Coleman Boo, and he calls you Yay. And so it's Booyah instead of Critical Content, which, by the way, they got pre-orders on T-shirts. Make sure you reach out to Forever Young or, Kyler Coleman to get those pre-order of the T-shirts for Critical Content. Now, are you into the tag team wrestling? Because you have been tag teaming a little bit lately, I've seen.
Well, first, if you do want the Critical Content T-shirt, make sure you reach out to Kyler or myself because we're only selling the pre-order ones, and we'll give them to you at Metro Pro Wrestling on December 4th. So make sure you hit us up. What was it? The Booyah thing? I do like tag team wrestling. I'm in a lot of them. I do like tagging. I prefer tagging than singles match, actually.
Really?
I really like it. It's a lot. Yes.
Okay. So Dan calls you Booyah. Does that piss you off, or are you okay with that because he's you?
No. He can boo Kyler. That's fine. I can boo Kyler too.
I love it. I love it. Dan's the mean one out of us all. Dan's the mean one. I'm the good. I'm like the in between guy.
The mean one likes me, so that's cool.
Right? Yeah. Well, we're all good. We're all cool, right? So you got F5 this weekend. I know you probably got, you have MPW on the 4th or the 5th of December. I can't remember.
The 4th.
4th of December. And then obviously Pro Wrestling All-Stars every time they run a show, which is like 800 times a month. And I mean that in all love. I don't mean that in a negative manner because they are, in fact, the most active promotion in the state of Michigan. That is for sure Pro Wrestling All-Stars of Detroit. And, the one thing I love about Steve is that I do not have to message Steve for anything. Maybe once, but usually he sends me all the information we need for his events, results without question. Yeah, without question. He just sends it. You know what I mean? And it's like, I don't ever have to deal with baloney from him. And I like it. I like it a lot. Or that's my personal thing. But F5 Wrestling's in here. You can't let Forever Young know that there's a third mystery opponent in his match now. As of right now, there's a third, and no, I will not name who it is.
What? What'd you just read?
I just read this. It's in the chat.
What? Who put it?
F5 Wrestling.
What?
That's what they say. How's that for keeping you on your toes, he says.
Is that for real?
I don't know. That's what he's saying. Oh, wow. He says, you can let Forever Young know that you have a mystery opponent. So there's another one in there. I bet it's another Cobra Kai guy.
Another Cobra Kai. Okay. Well, maybe it's LJ.
Oh, boy, that'd be crazy. Oh, man. I like to talk about, right, it could be him, too.
I know, he won't be in town.
Oh, okay, so he knows that. He's not sweating that one. All right. Now, I like, as we talked about earlier, I'm a martial artist, and you're, a professional wrestler, and you have to have goals. Not only in life, but in the things that you want to accomplish. You, sir, are a YouTuber. You're in that category. So what kind of goals do you have for yourself specifically in wrestling right now?
Right now, my short-term goal right now, I had a match with Jason Hotch. I don't know if you heard of it.
Yeah, I did.
It was for the Heritage Championship. And now, like, I don't know what it is, but I really want the Heritage Championship.
Oh.
That's the title I want. That's the title I want more than any other title
Really?
in the Michigan Indies right now, right? Out of the Michigan titles. That's the one I want, is the Heritage Championship at Metro Pro Wrestling. So hopefully I get that sometime.
Is that like your Precious, like in Lord of the Rings? Like that's your Lord, that's your, your Gollum?
Well, I guess I am in a tag team there. So me and Kyler, we should get the Metro Pro tag team titles too. I do want those too, actually.
Well, there's that. Oh, well, that's what gracefully chosen right now, isn't it?
Yeah, I never wrestled them either, so that'd be cool.
Yeah, another couple House of Truth guys. And COVID really killed a lot of things, man, because like wrestling was real hot. COVID came in, and now, I mean, it's still hot, but it's not like it was before COVID. You know what I mean? There's still a few people out there that are not coming out like they were. Has it been harder? I mean, obviously, you didn't compete before COVID, did you? You came out after COVID, right?
It's so funny because before COVID, like I had no idea that indies exist in Michigan. I didn't know anything about it. So I trained. I went to my first show in training. So that's when I found it. So
interesting.
I didn't know anybody or anything.
So when you were going. So when you were going to like Ring of Honor, and I know like we talked previously that you went to Evolve and like that. No, you weren't getting any flyers on your car?
You know what? I don't know. I probably was. And
somebody was slacking. That's what I'm going to say. Someone was slacking and not doing their job.
I went to Evolve. I went to Ring of Honor. I went to WWE.
Were you at the Evolve where Matt Riddle was out in the parking lot smoking down with everybody?
Well, I don't smoke, so I probably was there. Everyone is high off life, so he doesn't. And I was going to shows by myself, so like during intermission, like I just went to my car to charge my phone.
That's how I was too, because there would all be all these great events, and when you got friends that are into wrestling, they're like, well, and you're like, no, tickets go on sale today, and I want tickets, and let's get tickets. Right. I remember the first time I went to Evolve. I got to see, I can't think of his name. Can't think of his name right now. He's a fuck. Anyways, I got to see this guy.
Lee.
Huh?
Keith Lee.
No, well, I've seen him a couple times there, but it was, he's over in New Japan right now, and I can't think of his name. But anyways, KJ Reynolds says, forever young.
That's my boy.
That's your boy.
Shouts out to KJ Reynolds.
Isn't that one of the camera guys?
Not just a camera guy. One of the best new people on the Michigan Indie scene, KJ Reynolds. He got a hell of a drop kick. You should check him out.
All right, we'll check him out. Definitely. Now those two dudes, I was highly impressed with them. I really was. When you and Kyler tag team together, and then you took on your subscribers, they were called, right? And
the YouTube films is what Kyler called him.
The YouTube, well, yeah, all right. Well, that was mean, and I'm not mean. Kyler's mean. I'm a nice guy, contrary to what anybody tells you. It's all work. Anyway, now there's these two guys. I was really impressed with them. I really was. Too. I was really impressed. Like I've never seen them other than with you. So I didn't know that I thought maybe they were just your friends or something. I didn't know they were actual wrestlers. I had no clue.
Well, they are my friends. Yeah, they had, so the first time you seen them, so they were at the match where I don't remember what month it was. It was October when I fought Jason. Were you there?
No, I wasn't there.
Okay, well, that's where they first were. They hadn't graduated yet. Then the next month is when they went against myself and Kyler. And they had that was their first match.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, golly gee, that was a Holy shnikes.
Yeah. They beat up Kyler a lot.
I'm really, wow. I'm taking, if I would have known that at the time, I would have gave them a whole lot more praise. I mean, I did praise them, but holy shnikes, for that being their first match, dude, that was stellar stuff. I enjoyed that. I really enjoyed watching those two, even though they didn't come out with the win.
I enjoyed it too.
I really did enjoy it. And then now seeing them outside of doing your film crew, because everybody's got to have an entourage, right? I mean, how cool is that to have an entourage? Now, I suspect that your entourage is going to start getting bigger now. I think it just seems that way, because now Kyler's in there too, right? Are you going to get Kyler a camera and have him follow you around?
No, Kyler stands by my side. Me and Kyler are next to each other. No,
come on, man.
That's the home. Kyler stands by my side. If anything, well, he did get the cameras to follow him when I was on vacation. So, hey, Kyler's a star.
Right. He is a good. No matter what anybody says, we do like the guy. But it's all in fun, right? It's all wrestling. So good stuff.
Yeah.
You got goals. We know you're competing this weekend. We know you're at Metro Pro. You got any other upcoming events that you know of off the top of your head?
Off the top of my head,
That's going to be a no.
I wish I did. I don't. Yeah. Metro Pro. I'll be at RPW. I'm the current Dabski champ. I don't know if I'm wrestling.
All right. Well, you're the Dabski champ.
Yeah.
You're the current Dabski champ.
Current longest reigning.
And you don't even fucking smoke, and you got a dab. You have an actual dab rig that works.
How do you know I don't smoke?
Because you just told me.
I forgot that part.
Man, I challenged Schwartzy. Schwartzy's the creator of that. And I challenged him. I challenged him to a 4 corners of dabs match. And we haven't, nobody's booked it yet. So we'll get there. It's whoever, the last man standing is how that's going to end. So
that's a funny match.
Yeah. And each corner has to be like a step up, right? Each, like this one's only 10%, this one's 20, 30, 40, or however many, whatever, what I'm saying? And whoever's left standing, they're the winner. I think I can hang with Schwartzy. I really do.
I don't know anything about smoking. A lot of my friends smoke, but I don't. I never have, so I don't know really anything.
I ain't no hate on you, man. It's each to their own, brother. I do want to let everybody know out here in YouTube world, or maybe you're listening on Podbean eventually, because it will make its way on Podbean. Down here, if you scroll right down there in the description on YouTube here, is all of his social media, right? Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, his YouTube channel. He has a YouTube channel. He's got like 1.6, man. What's up? How'd you get all them subscribers?
All right. Well, first of all, so my YouTube is like that you're looking at. That's a backup account. My actual YouTube has like millions of subscribers. You have to search in the right thing to find it. But I think it hit the maximum amount of subscribers, so they won't let people subscribe. So you're looking at the backup account.
Oh, really?
So that account, like, I don't know, man. Like I was a YouTuber back in the day, and I started reacting to K-pop. K-pop. Do you know what that is?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and like people just started watching me react to K-pop, and then I was like reacting to K-pop, and then I started reacting to like funny videos. And I started reacting to wrestling, and just all these millions of subscribers kept coming and coming and coming, and I was like, bam, went viral and became a YouTube sensation. So that YouTube channel, you can find it maybe, but it reached the maximum amount of subscribers. So the backup account is what you're talking about. That's what I'm assuming you got plugged inside the description.
Right. Yep. That one down there. So that's awesome sauce. We're working on 1,000 here. It's been a slow go, but it is what it is.
That's the hardest part, though. Actually, people say the first 100 is the hardest part.
Right. I don't believe that.
You think 1,000?
I think the 1,000's the hardest. It's because because like right now I'm at like 977, and it's like you're right there. Come on. It's almost like it's like if you were a crackhead or a heroin addict and they put heroin in front of you, and you're like, oh, give me that. Yeah. You're like, give me it. Give me it now. That's where I'm at right now. Just give me the goddamn subscribers. But it is what it is, and we'll get there eventually. It's what there's people do different things on YouTube, and they're buying into me, they're buying into Dan, they're buying into Josh, and we're creating connection with people. So that's what's awesome, and we're niche, right? We're a niche. We're not doing all of indie wrestling. We're just doing Michigan indie wrestling,
right? Exactly.
There's no damn way I could keep with all the indie wrestling. My mind would just go.
Well, considering how often you post, though, if you did want to get like just grow super fast, if you start reviewing the mainstream stuff, like people will just keep subscribing.
Yeah.
Like me, I couldn't do it because on my YouTube channel, I thought of doing that, but I just couldn't do it. Like just review the mainstream stuff.
Right. Well, when Rage started out, we did start talking about all that stuff, and it was just like I was no longer interested in it. And
right. Every week review Raw and SmackDown.
Yeah. It's like, and it just became lame. And it's like
people don't watch it, so they'll watch just the reviews. Some people just watch the reviews.
Yeah. But it was just lame, and I didn't feel like I was into it. So I just stopped doing it. And then I started focusing on only Michigan Indies as we went on. And here we are today. And then Josh is making ice cream for everybody, and Dan's just a dick, and it is what it is, right? So
hey, I like that.
I know Kyler doesn't. Kyler is not a fan.
Well, I don't know what those two got going.
Yeah, well, it's because booyah, you know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. So it is what it is. Dude. So I look forward. I unfortunately will not be there Saturday. I apologize. But I'm sure I'll see you at Metro Pro and whatever Pro Wrestling All-Stars we make it to. You're always around, and it's good stuff. Thanks for, joining me tonight, man. Awesome sauce, for real.
Yeah, man, no problem. I love my favorite thing to do in life, not wrestle. My number one favorite thing to do is talk. So
it's to talk? So you're a talker.
Yeah.
Well, if you're a talker, why aren't you on the mic more?
You don't think I am? You don't think I'm on there enough?
No, I think you need to be on there more.
I'm the only person. Look, I put out a promo every time I get a match graphic. I put out a promo for every single one. Every single one, I put out a promo.
That's good then, because a lot of people don't put out any promos. There's people out there that are putting out promos just to put out promos, because even if they don't have a match. And I don't know if you know this, but there's this thing that we do over here. It's called Indie Idol. Right? And Indie Idol is where we get a bunch
I watch.
All right. We get a bunch of people to cut promos, and then we judge it, right? And I and many others, we know that promos, even on the indie level, is a huge, huge part of indie wrestling. Not only are you, getting yourself, having the people create a connection with you as your character, but you're also getting them to go to the show that you're on as well. You know what I'm saying? So that it works twofold, and even more than that, because now you get people to follow you with your promos if you do good promo work, and it leads to, other things as well, right? So I'll tell you, have you ever heard of the Dread King Logan?
Yeah, he was my first match.
Oh, really? Are you okay?
Yeah. Yeah, it didn't last long.
Do you have PTSD from it?
Brother, no. But
okay, all right. But he's a promo guy. He likes doing the promos. That's the only reason why I bring that up. Don't forget, down in the description, Forever Young, all of his stuff is down there. Also, Rasslin Rage, all that stuff's down there. MIDub, down there. That's right. Podbean, where you'll be able to listen to this later. down there. You will also be able to listen to it when I put it up there on anywhere, and I mean anywhere that you listen to your podcasts, right? Pandora, Amazon, iHeartRadio. I don't even know the rest of the places, but I know where they're on all. Apple. Well, I mean, anywhere else that I can think of? I don't know. TuneIn Radio. We're on every one of them, all right? So make sure you check it out over there and listen to this or listen to anything else that we have. Who's this? Josh Morris.
Hey, Cody.
Yeah.
Hey, Cody, LaDon Sanders told me to look at my Snapchat. He sent me a message and told me to tell you. I don't know if we can cuss on this.
Yeah,
so
we can.
Okay, well, he said, make sure you let Cody know that KNC is still undefeated and fuck Kyler Coleman.
Dude, I love, when he comes out, I love, dude, when I see the chicken, it's fucking delicious, okay? Bring the chicken, because I love it. But Saucy Josh Morris is in the chat.
We are undefeated.
All right. He says, tell them how Josh Morris kicked your ass at GLWA.
Holy cow. Did you have to read that one out, Cody?
Well, I mean,
you thought that was
controversy creates cash, brother.
Josh Moore. I watched the match back. That's all I'm gonna say. Watch the match back. Why don't you plug the match, Josh, and let people see what happened?
So check out, I believe it would probably be over there on GLWA's YouTube, because they post a lot of their matches on there, or it's probably on your YouTube channel, or it's over there on Josh Morris. Josh Morris, the only guy that has his own rapper. He has his own rapper.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
I don't like Josh, so never mind.
Oh, yeah, it's a love-hate relationship. So happy holidays to you. Enjoy your Thanksgiving, sir.
Thank you. You too.
I'm going to do my best. Everybody out there, I hope that you enjoy your Thanksgiving as well, and you get all fattened up, and then, I don't know, go run a mile and lose all that weight again, because I know I'm going to get real big, because I'm going to my in-laws, and my mother-in-law, man, oh man, she is a cook, let me tell you. So I can't wait to get me some turkey and get it all done. Oh boy, it's going to be on and popping, boy. All right, so Forever Young, my man, thank you for joining us. Everybody out there, have yourself a wonderful day. Peace. As soon as I find the button. There it is. Bye.
It's going down. This is Rasslin Rage. Do it now. This is Rasslin Rage. Scream it out loud. This is Rasslin Rage. Cody Fleming is the man who leads the brigade. It's going down. This is Rasslin Rage. We'll do it now. This is Rasslin Rage.